What's happening, guys? It's Abhinav from PhoneBunch, and this is our first look at the YU Yunicorn, which was launched just today for Rs 12,990. Now, YU Televentures launched its new smartphone today. This is the YU Yunicorn, which packs the Helio P10 octa-core processor with 4 gigs of RAM, a 5.5-inch 1080p display, and almost stock Android 5.1 lollipop. Yes, it is a bit behind in terms of software updates, but the company is working on its own OS called Android on steroids, where we are going to see a lot of development very soon. Now let's talk about the build. On the right you will find the volume rocker and the power button where they exactly should be. Both buttons are quite tactile, they have good response, and well, they don't wobble. Always great to see. Now this phone has a unibody metal construction, which means that the battery is sealed inside. You have a 4000 mAh battery there. And if you come to the top of the device, you can see a noise cancellation mic, audio jack, and at the bottom of the device you have a single speaker. The other one is just a hole for the microphone. They are made to look alike, and you have the micro USB data syncing and charging port. Now if you move to the left of the device, you have the SIM tray. Now this phone comes with 32 gigs of onboard storage, which can be expanded with the hybrid micro SD card slot. So you can either use 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card. At the back you have a 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, and well, this phone comes in 3 colors: gold, silver and graphite. Now unlike the Meizu M3 Note, which this phone is clearly inspired from, the top and bottom part here are made out of plastic. If you come to the front, you have a 5 megapixel camera, you have a notification LED right next to the proximity and light sensors on the right. At the bottom of the display you can find a fingerprint sensor, which also behaves as the home button when you press it. Now you also have a 5.5-inch 1080p display here. Decent viewing angles, good color reproduction and very good touch response. Now you have a 2.5D curved glass on top, but I can't confirm whether that is Gorilla Glass or some other. Now coming to that fingerprint sensor, it is actually quite fast. Setting it up is quite easy as well, and you can see it works like a home button too. It's not a capacitive button, you need to press it. So till now, solid build quality, good fingerprint sensor and a bright vibrant display. Now talking about the rear camera, you have a 13 megapixel rear unit, which does take a little bit of time to capture images. Now it's a default MediaTek camera app, we haven't seen any updates here. There are some scene modes available. You have zero shutter delay, gesture shot, smile shot. These do work out decently well. The front-facing camera also did a pretty decent job in the lighting that we were in. Especially you can see the hair, it does look quite decent. You do have a beauty mode available there as well. Now here are some of the camera samples. This is the front-facing camera. Next up, this is an indoor shot, a very close-up shot, but yes, there is some amount of detail. When we moved outside, the camera actually did perform a lot better. Yes, color reproduction is slightly towards the oversaturated side. You can see here too, good bokeh effect with that f2.2 lens. Overall, the color reproduction actually looks good. There's not a lot of detail resolved, but we will be testing this camera out in greater detail, so do stay tuned. Now the YU Yunicorn comes with an almost stock build of Android 5.1 lollipop. You have Around You service as well, which I'll talk about in more detail later on. There's an update pending. Now you do get very few apps pre-installed, but there are still 3 music players, 3 browsers, but yeah, I won't call that bloat because you can at least disable them. Now there is widget support baked in as well, and you can control music by just long tapping on any home screen. Nice features. You also have a monochromatic mode available here, which will be quite good, especially for people who like to read on their smartphones. Now connectivity options, well, it includes 4G LTE and you have dual band Wi-Fi. Both 2.4 and 5 GHz bands are supported. Now this phone is actually running on what the company likes to call AOS or Android on steroids, which the company is trying to improve through community development. There's a lot more to talk about it, but we'll cover that in our full review. Now out of the 32 gigs of storage, you'll get about 24-25 odd gigs when you get the device, and well, USB OTG is also supported here. And you have a whopping 4 gigabytes of RAM on this device, out of which more than 2.7 gigs were free, even though several apps were running in the background. Performance was a cinch. We didn't face any issues with web browsing, apps opened up quickly, and well, animations were very slick as well. And with 4 gigs of RAM, I don't think there should be any issues with memory management. So even after opening many apps, if we went back to Chrome, it was still kept in memory. Now overall, the thing is this phone actually feels good to hold in hand. It doesn't feel bulky even with that massive battery. Yes, the design is a bit inspired from another smartphone, but stock Android is definitely a neat addition. Now the YU Yunicorn is going on sale from June 7th. You can register for it starting today and it is available for Rs 12,990 for the first whole month. After that it is going to retail for about Rs 15,000. Well folks, that's it for our first impressions. The device does look good, it does hold promise and might be a turnaround for the company. We will be back with a full review on the YU Yunicorn on how it performs in everyday use, in gaming and whether those cameras are any good. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, let us in the comment section. Do subscribe, like and share. It really does help. And as always, have a great day.